Well, good morning, friends of Ken Smith Fishing. And first, let me just say thanks so much, guys. I've been missing for a couple of weeks, and I had a bunch of people reach out just to make sure I was okay, and I am. I do this on the side. This is not my full-time gig. As I've told you guys before, I'm in the life insurance business for 30 plus years, and we've just had a period of time here for the last few weeks where I can't look up. I'm so busy, which is a blessing. After COVID, my business got really slow, and it's really picked back up. So I'm fine, but the fishing slowed down and probably going to continue to be slow for a few weeks. So I don't know that I'll get 2 videos up like I have over the last 3 or 4 years again anytime soon. But we'll fish when we can, and I'll post content when I find stuff interesting or I get a chance to fish. So today, we got out on Lake Fork. By the way, you don't recognize that boat or that truck because that's my buddy Tyler Holmes, world-renowned trash fisherman. And we are going to go over to Fork. So Skeeter Owners Tournament was there the week before, I believe, and the Bass Champs Shootout's coming up there this weekend. And we kind of got over there, not necessarily really thinking we were going to fish the shootout, but thinking we could catch some fish. So we going to show you guys that are interested in the shootout, or you out-of-state guys, just kind of what's going on at Fork right now. And I'm going to clue you in. It's tough. So let's go to the water. Here we go. Not a big.
Getting bigger though. Slot. Oh, stop! Come off. Damn it. Bastard.
Good morning, boys and girls, from Lake Fork with renowned trash fisherman Tyler Holmes. That was, we've been here about 5 minutes. We're trying to catch some brem spawners. And that was a lost fish on shaky head. You've heard me talk about that. I'm so out of practice, guys. I appreciate I had a bunch of guys reach out to me because I've been gone for a couple weeks. And guys, I don't do this for a living. I got a full-time job, and it's just been where I could not get away to fish in the last couple of weeks. And my full-time job pays a whole lot better than a YouTube, or at least than my YouTube does. I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTubers that make a hell of a lot more money than I do. But anyway, so we snuck away, but I'm so out of practice, I forgot my camera bag. So we're borrowing Tyler's camera, and we're gonna fish a day, or at least a morning. I gotta go back, we got a concert tonight, so we're gonna try to catch a few.
I'm gonna poke around a little bit, see what happens.
We're gonna poke around and see what happens, he says. And if he gets one more bite on that shaky head, I'll be putting that little jig down. So our thought was, and our intent was, to fish the brem spawn, to catch bass that are eating brem on the brem spawn. And if it's actually a really easy thing to find, and matter of fact, one of the best days I've ever had, I guess probably the best I've ever had as far as numbers on Cedar Creek, was doing exactly this. And it's really easy. Basically what you do is you turn your side scan on and you idle around. And I've seen them spawn. Tyler says he's seen them spawn as deep as 12 feet. About the deepest I've ever seen them spawn is about 9 feet. But then all the way up to a foot or two. And what you're looking for, you just turn your side scan on and you're looking for this. And you can see this is along a retaining wall. And when you see those holes, when you see those brim beds up there, you can turn around. What we do is just drop a waypoint on them, turn around, point that live scope up there. And if the brim are up there and the bass are up there with them, there'll just be stuff crawling all over the bottom. You'll see all kinds of activity. And we really did not see that. We did this most of the morning. That first fish was on a drop right next to a brim bed, but I don't know. I don't know if it's too early. I don't know if it's too late. You know, like I said, you just kind of got to do it. And my experience is, it's not as predictable as the bass spawn. It can kind of be all over the place, which I think probably has something to do with moon, something to do with water temperature, something to do with water clarity. But we tried and tried and tried and couldn't get on that brim bite, so we moved out deep, and we were able to get a few bites out deep. But even if I was going back over there for the shootout this weekend, I would still idle some of that main lake stuff. Most of those brim beds we find are on the main lake, usually little main lake points, little main lake flats. If you can find a flat point, that's your ideal situation. I would definitely still be looking at those, but I wouldn't spend as much time fishing them as probably we did when we didn't see the level of activity. I'm telling you, when they're up there, your live scope comes alive with them. So we moved back out deep and we started getting a few bites.
It's a keeper! You got him. Oh, he fell off. Oh no! Why'd you do that?
Better? Yeah, baby, big fish. They call him Big Fish.
They call him Big Fish Ken Smith. Whipping your butts when you're doing.
We need a bona fide fish catch.
Yay!
Bona fide. That's why you come to Fork.
Catching giants.
That's probably even a slot fish, isn't it?
No, I think that's an under.
Think that's a highly valued under?
I think that's probably a highly valued.
On a shaky head. That's that.
And if you notice, as soon as you start setting the hook,
Boats are on the move.
buzzards.
All right, so I had to take off at noon, but Tyler hung out, and I told him, I said, just record what happens, and it did not get any better. He caught one little fish here. Unfortunately, he has music playing in the boat, and if you know anything about YouTube, you can't have music in the background. But pretty tough day overall. Again, I think a lot of that had to do with a lot of people on the water the week before, and even this day, there are a lot of guys down there practicing for the shootout. So, good jump there, by the way. I'm going to do that again for you in slow motion right here. All right, that's it from Fork. But Tyler gave me the card that we were using on his GoPro. And when I pulled it up, this footage was on there. And I texted him, I said, where is this? And he goes, that's Caddo. And you know, I've been talking about wanting to go over there, but I got to tell you, after just watching this couple of minutes of footage, I really want to go to Caddo. It's a long way over there, but man, this is such cool. Looks like fun driving, looks like fun fishing. So we're going to try to get that. I know it gets grassed over real bad in the summertime. It's probably too late even to go already, but man, this just looks like a lot of fun, and I couldn't resist adding this footage in here. And then I got to see right here at the end what they're fishing, and I mean, it's exactly the kind of stuff we love fishing on the north end of Rayburn and on some parts of Toledo Bend as well. One of my favorite videos with my buddy Chet a few years ago was fishing this kind of stuff on Toledo Bend. So something to look forward to. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Once again, thanks all y'all for checking on me. We're still around. We're still fishing, just not as much, but we'll get back to it and we'll get some content posted for you. Thanks, guys.